Howdy, my name is Miazzma. Earlier I made the biggest mistake of my life. I played fucking Nemo, someone help me. Well, as my job as a semi-professional YouTube gaming analyst, I figure it's my role to tell you what I think of the game. And to put it simply, this game blows. Finding Nemo for the Game Boy Advance was released on May 10th, 2003. A similar version was also released for the GameCube 2 days later, but I only have the GBA version of the game. It was published by everyone in gaming's favorite company, THQ. The only reason I'm making this video is because I needed a game I could beat quickly while I'm working on another video, but the game for that video takes fucking 40 hours to beat. Nintendo, why? But that's enough filler content. Let's talk about Finding Nemo. Ready? Go. What better place to start than with the story? The plot of this game follows the movie's events in chronological order, and chances are if you've seen the movie, you won't be surprised by anything in the game. It starts with Nemo's first day at school, and you play as Merlin, who is Nemo's father, and you maneuver your way around a coral reef to get your son to class on time. You know, normal father stuff, nothing too crazy here. Wait, Nemo, no, wait, Nemo, stop! This is my favorite part of the game, where you actually just go ahead and touch the butt. This propels the story further as Nemo gets caught by an evil scuba diver man, and nobody else watched it happen except a blue tang with memory loss. Nemo, of course, being the greatest single dad of the century, wants to go save his son, so him and Dory make the most logical decision and go to meet sharks through a minefield? I always thought, even in the movie, it was a weird plot point, but it's understandable. Who could make a movie in the ocean and not have to include sharks? Meanwhile, during all this, Nemo's exploring the wonders of the fish tank. He meets 6 fish, who all have forgettable names, who in the movie help you escape the tank after you climb their fish tank mountain prop, but for some reason my copy of the game wouldn't let me collect any of the bubble rings, and maybe I was just doing it wrong, and I'll elaborate on more of what I mean in a moment, but I can't confirm this is what happens. Overall, the story in the game isn't bad, but that's to be expected when you copy the entire story from the movie with nothing extra in there whatsoever. Moving on to gameplay, you control either Nemo or Merlin depending on which scene you're playing in, and they both have fairly simple controls. You use the D-pad to move, the A button to dash, and the B button to do a fish slap. In some cases, you can hold the B button to carry pearls or rocks to a different location. I feel the controls are simple to understand, which is definitely useful considering the main audience for this game was casual. The overall gameplay is slow and tedious. They turned Nemo into a puzzle game, which was an odd choice for sure. A majority of the time, your actions include moving around a small level, avoiding edges, and either putting pearls into a clam's mouth to move forward or flipping a switch to open a door. This gameplay felt slow-paced, which makes sense because even then the game only took an hour to beat in full. There's also a mechanic in the game that just didn't work for me whatsoever, that being the bubble rings. It's necessary to use in certain levels, and it's unfortunate that it didn't work in this game. I couldn't find any information on it not working for anyone else though, so that might mean I have a faulty copy. The level design is not what I had hoped for, but it isn't terrible considering who is behind this project. The levels are usually hard to maneuver, but you get the feel of it pretty quickly, and they aren't very fun by any means, but they do become easier. There was one level in particular that I enjoyed, which occurs at the end of the shark scene, where a shark goes crazy and tries to eat you. This level is confusing because at the time I had forgotten that dashing was a mechanic in the game because of how infrequently it is used. It was a little short, but it definitely provided a challenge. I feel like this level alongside the aquarium is the most fun I had with the game, because the normal levels just don't feel right. There were also certain levels that were confusing for sure. I'm pretty sure they were actually broken, but I can't confirm that. I basically just had to wait until the game decided that the level had ended, and this may be because I had a faulty cartridge, but it was a strange occurrence. It left the level looking corrupt, and it would always start with Merlin in the background, and about 5 minutes later, the level would abruptly end. I haven't checked to see if this was a normal thing that happened, or maybe there was something I was missing, but it was still disappointing. One more thing about Finding Nemo is that this game doesn't use saves, it uses passwords. For the sake of getting footage for this video, I went ahead and used the all levels code, At the end of every level, it would give you the password for the new one, but I understand that this was a fairly common practice for licensed GBA games at the time, so it's not really a good criticism. It's still bizarre to me though that even with other games being able to use battery saves at this time, they decided not to. That's really all I have to say about the game, but real quick here, while doing some research on this game, I found out this game used to come packaged in with Monsters Inc. and The Incredibles, as well as Finding Nemo 2, all for the GBA. I have a feeling I will end up talking about all of these sometime in the future. I had a lot of fun with this video, even though it was short. It's a little bit difficult to stretch out a video when you're talking about Finding Nemo, so I hope you enjoyed watching it, and happy holidays, guys. As a last minute decision, I also wanted to add some updates I have coming for the channel. I have a list of games I want to talk about, but I also have a couple ideas for non-gaming related content. A big issue I've been having is that my content has currently been flagged as made for kids by the YouTube bots, even though my intended audience is definitely older than 13. I don't know what that means for the channel, so let's just wait and see, shall we? I have 4 different videos in the making besides this one, but I wanted to get this one out of the way. I have a collaboration channel I made with one of my friends, which is where we'll be uploading content that we make together. I'll leave a link in the description. There is also a high chance I will start live streaming the games I play for videos, and if that sounds interesting to you whatsoever, I strongly recommend checking out my Mixer, which I'll also leave in the description. I also have an Instagram where I post all the major updates I have coming towards the channel, and I even tease new videos that are going to be coming out soon, so if that sounds interesting to you, then I highly recommend following it, and I will be doing the same thing on my Twitter, which will also be in the description alongside it. Other than that, I don't really have anything else to say, except thanks for watching, and have a great day.